Microsoft has ditched the Project Scorpio codename with it reborn as the Xbox One X. Microsoft has fully spilled the beans on the Xbox One X and it looks like it has been worth the wait. Welcome back, QatNippers. Today we present to you the fascination about the most powerful console ever, the Xbox One X, formerly known as Project Scorpio. So without any more delays, let's learn together. For starters, the Xbox One X will be fully backwards compatible with Xbox One games and offer improved performance on these titles to boot. On the technical side, there was some new information about the specs. The processor is cooled using a liquid vapor chamber, a technique that's becoming more common on more compact devices nowadays. There's also a brand new power management system for the most efficient delivery of electricity ever seen on an Xbox console. The One X uses an 8-core processor, definitely from AMD, although not officially stated, running at 2.3 GHz. Seasoned PC gamers might not think this sounds like a lot, and indeed it isn't, but keeping in mind console processors are packed into an incredibly tight space and more gigahertz means more heat. This is still a substantial boost over the Xbox One, whose 8 cores ran at a measly 1.75 GHz. In the graphics department, the One X will get a GPU with 40 compute units running at a seriously impressive 1172 MHz. Even more startling is the massive 12 GB of GDDR5 memory, which is handy combination of more and faster memory. This 12 GB will be shared by the whole system, so some will be reserved for the CPU with the rest going to the GPU. You'll get a 1 TB hard drive inside your Xbox One X along with a UHD Blu-ray player, and that's all we know. The biggest way performance has been boosted over the current gen Xbox One S is the GPU. Up from 12 compute units at 914 MHz, we now have a 40 core running at 1172 MHz. Cores and clock speeds don't mean everything, so you are not getting 10 times performance here, but what you are getting is an impressive 4.6 times performance boost. This opens up a huge number of possibilities for developers, with ultra high resolution textures and 4K resolutions now a core part of the game development process. For PC gamers who want a rough comparison to a GPU currently in the wild, the 6 teraflops figure hovers around Nvidia's GTX 1070, a card that can handle 1440p and UHD gaming at a push. But there's much more to graphics power than teraflops, and consoles are always much more efficient at making use of hardware than PCs. Microsoft has shown a single stress test running on the Xbox One X hardware, so we don't have any information on how real games will actually run. But Microsoft has revealed a lot of details on how it will support different resolutions and graphics settings. Still, the stress test, which is based on Forza Motorsport, ran at Ultra HD resolution at 60 FPS, which is an enticing prospect when you consider the One X apparently was only using 70% of its graphical might to do this. Microsoft then turned up the heat to a higher graphics setting and the console didn't break a sweat. What this means in reality we don't quite know, but it all sounds very promising. This isn't just a console for 4K TV owners though. Games developed for Xbox One X will have a customizable graphics settings for all types of displays, so even if you have a 1080p TV, you'll still be able to ask your One X to render everything in UHD and then downscale it to a 1080p for the sharpest gaming experience you have ever seen, or for better performance, you could just amp up the graphics settings but keep the resolution at 1080p. In other words, this is a PC in console clothing. The One X will run all the current Xbox One games and should improve performance. Whether or not they have been updated for the new console, it runs on the same software as Xbox One, so you won't have to buy all your games again. The Xbox One is capable of running games in virtual reality, but Xbox boss Phil Spencer isn't yet sold on technology. So that's it guys for this episode. Don't forget to like this video if you really did and subscribe to our channel for everyday fascinating videos, never forgetting about our continuous supporters and subscribers, and a million thanks to them. And you are the motivation for us to keep serving you better every day. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great time.